She didn't think about it. She didn't prepare for it. She just had a sense. I have to go to that field. And I believe that sense was made possible by the Spirit of the living God. And I'm here to say, some of you seize that sense because something big is about to happen. Come on. If your neighbor is not getting what I'm trying to release into your spirit, can you just tap your neighbor and say, I hope you're getting this. Come on. So Pastor Elias, this is not the Bible school that we had planned. This is not the even style or even the number that we had decided. But let me tell you, if there was only one person over here, I would still see this as a plan of God. Come on, hallelujah. Get ready. Come on, how many of you are believing that it is God who called you into ministry? It is not a church, it's not a ministry, it is God. And let me tell you, when God calls, His call is called a higher call. Come on, a king's call has got the value and the glory of a king. Your call is not a small call. Somebody said, my call is a higher call. My call is a greater call. Sit down. Is it okay that I'm talking to you? Yes. Okay, I'm talking to you. Tomorrow we are going to have some kind of a supernatural explosion. I'll tell you why I'm saying this with confidence. It's not because I'm seeing meeting for the first time or the Bible school for the first time. Platforms is not an issue with me. I don't even take my life in that instance. So I'm not here to excite you. To get some amen and hallelujah. Even if you all of you guys are sleeping, I will still be happy. Because Jesus is still alive in me. So it doesn't matter. I'm saying it because I'm convinced something big is going to happen. But she aligns in that boy's field, and the rest is history. From there she becomes one of the greatest blessed women in the history of Israel. Even today in Israel, the book of Ruth is the most popular book. And just beside the book of Esther, this book is the most prominent book. Because one lady got HAP in her spirit, a sense out of nowhere. And that sense created history. And let me tell you, there's only one person who can bring that sense into us. And that is the Holy Spirit. And we are inviting him here. I'll give you two examples. I'm very, very particular in this matter. I don't like to share stories which cannot be corroborated. So the two stories that I'm going to share, Pastor Elias can corroborate because these people are known to him as well. Many, many years ago, I come from a church which was a revival church in Bangalore, India. So every 21 days, every month, every year we have a 21 days of prayer and fasting. So we have a morning session and then an evening session. So morning session goes up at 2 and the evening session starts at 6:30. And there's an afternoon session, but not everybody stays for the afternoon. They go to the home and come back and, it's kind of people who are staying there. We spend time in prayer. You understand what I'm trying to say? And so we all wait for the afternoon session morning session to be over to just jump out. We have so many guests and people from many, many states of India, even from overseas. So I still remember my pastor, Pastor Elias knows it. He stood up and said, the morning session is over. Everybody start running towards the door. To run as quick as possible outside and to come for the evening service. But he said, excuse me, those of you who are trying to exit so fast. I've got something to tell you. Today, if you leave, you might miss something. Because I was a vibrant preacher by then. He said, today after something extraordinary is going to happen, Pastor Anison is going to be preaching. Normally after no preaching. It's only prayer and people sitting together. But that day he announced there's going to be preaching. I saw people ran out with that same speed or maybe faster than that. They entered back. And I'm in a kind of a, what do you call, a predicament. Because all the announced that I'm going to preach, I still don't have a word. I can preach any word. Because that's what I've been doing for almost all of my life. You know, I've preached probably thousands of messages. But I wanted a specific word from the Lord. And some coming. And just made the announcement. All of a sudden, a word from Haggai comes into my spirit. And the word was this. Everybody is saying the time is not come. But you, Zerubbabel, rise up and build, for the time is here. Everybody says the time is not come. But you, Zerubbabel, get stirred up. For the time to build the temple is come. The time is now. So I stood up and I said, I don't know why the Lord gave me this message. And this is a word that I want to give to you. And you know what? The church was responding and people screaming and shouting. But there was one young man who sat there and started bawling. He was crying. He wouldn't stop crying. So when I got off the platform, he was a bigger man. Sometimes when big people hug me, I disappear. They swallow me up. So he gave me a big hug and he wouldn't leave me. And he almost lifted me. And he started crying. And between those tears or crying, he started saying something. He said, many years ago, when God called me for the ministry, He gave me a sign through a prophet. And said, one day in your life, you will hear somebody stand up and say, everybody is saying the time is not come. But you, Zerubbabel, rise up and build. When you hear that message, your ministry is beginning. Somebody help me over here. He said, I've been waiting and longing for this word. I go to every meeting expecting this word to come. But today, I was about to leave. I was at the door when the announcement was made. So I came back. And God fulfilled His word. Let me tell you, today He has got a church over 16,000 people.
My God.
Brand churches. And they have got the 31st night, service that happens in India. 31st night happens in a stadium. 10,000s gather for it. And I'm talking about Tangu.
No.
That one word. So I'm very careful. Sometimes people ask me, Pastor, why? It's only 1 hour preaching. Believe me, I don't have 1 hour preaching. Most of the time that 1 hour would have had days before that.
God.
Sometimes through the night. So I don't have 1 hour preaching. I'm not a person who can go shop and then get on the platform and preach. My mood, I don't even talk to people. Because I'm carrying a baby. Because I know that one line can change somebody's destiny. I want to be very careful as what the Holy Spirit is telling me. So I'm very careful. And I'm seeing that particular move increasing in the last few weeks.
God.
Like never before.
My God.
That I will stop the meeting and make one line. And the whole place will erupt. Because that one line was the word that God had told them that's going to release their ministry. So today, I'm here. Tomorrow, I'll be releasing a word.
Amen.
Let the Lord have His way. But I want you to know another place. Another place again, Pastor, Pastor Elias would know this. I went from Dubai to preach in this church in Kerala. A well-known prophet. So I walked in, and the first thing the Lord tells me, I walked in and waited before the Lord. I said, so I don't preach messages that I preach somewhere else. I'm not saying that's wrong. But most of the time, I want a message specifically for that place.
Yes, sir.
How many of you want fresh word from God?
Yes.
Manna is fresh. So I waited before the Lord. I could have preached 10,000 messages in that place. And every message would have been powerful. But I waited before the Lord. And then I heard a voice. The Lord told me, today you're going to kill snakes. And because of that, births are going to take place.
Oh.
Pastor, do you remember the story was shared with you in the car? So, I have done this in big crusades. Let me tell you one of the most powerful moves that I have, and people associate that with me. When I stand up to preach, demons will start to manifest.
Oh, God.
And one of the key demons that manifest in my crusade are snakes. This is a cobra spirit.
Oh, yeah.
That falls on the ground, and then before you know, that place will have a revival.
Amen.
I've seen hundreds and hundreds. Even the 9 women that got, pregnant or miraculously got, deliverance in that area. All of them had the spirit of snake attack.
Oh.
And when that was removed, I've seen creative miracles happen.
Amen.
Babies were dead and no skull created.
Yeah.
When the spirit of snake left.
Ah.
So I've seen that probably for many, many years. But I said, God, that happens in a crusade. But right now I'm preaching to pastors.
Oh, God.
This is not a deliverance meeting. It is going to be a revival meeting.
My goodness.
Why are you asking me to preach about snakes and birth?
Oh.
While I'm thinking about it, I get a text message from a friend of mine called Pastor Reddy. He says, Anison, I was praying for you today, and the Lord told me to tell you that births are going to take place in that place.
Amen.
So what happened was, look at this. I didn't know this. The previous session, there was a man who came to preach in that conference. And he called the prophet and said, Prophet, the Lord told me to tell you that the problem of this area, of this region where you are ministering, there's a snake spirit. But the Lord has revealed that to me, but I don't have the power. This is what he said. To break that spirit. It's a ministry of an apostle. Because when an apostle comes to a place, snakes will have to go.
They must go. Thank you.
And he said the Melita experience. Paul had a snake biting his hand. He shook and the snake. And it seems, if you go into Google, don't look now, that place has no snakes after it.
Oh.
No poisonous snake in Melita Island.
My God.
One apostle came, snake is the... So anyways, so this man said, I'm sending an apostle for him. And there was an African prophet who prophesied to this prophet and said, the problem in your place is snake. It's attacking even the birth of your next child. Because by this time, snakes are appearing literally in his bathroom and his bedroom. In his house. Because the wife is pregnant. And he said, before the end of May, I'm sending a man to break it.
Oh, yeah.
And this is happening in the last week of May. I didn't know all this. But I heard the voice of the Lord, break the snake. Let me tell you, I stood up, ministered, brought, everything has to be scriptures. I brought the scriptures about snake and how God destroys snake and connected to birth. And let me tell you, first time in my life, I'm walking out of the place. This is a city. I'm walking out of the place. I walk out of the room, of the hall, and people, there are escorts for me. They're taking me to my car. At the door is a huge snake waiting outside the door. Never happened in my life.
My God.
But didn't stop there. Before you know, calls are coming. Calls are coming from all over the place. That snakes, huge snakes, that means snakes that you can't even kill by law. These are government protected. Huge snakes of 15 kilos and 20 kilos, cobras, appearing before people's house and dying by itself. This time, last week I was there, he stood up and shared the story. It was a huge story. But you know what? I don't want to go into details. So he called people who know what happened and there were witnesses. But I got an email. That's my only proof. I got an email from somebody saying, Pastor, I stay on the 3rd floor of an apartment. 3rd floor. And it's a very posh area. And yesterday when I opened the house room door, when I opened the door, a snake is dead and sitting in front of my door. Snakes don't climb 3 floors. So it was happening all over the place. snakes are dying.
Die.
And you know what? I remember the night when God gave me the specific anointing. I was in a place called California. Again, Brother Ajay, Pastor Elias knows. I had a splitting headache. I don't know why it happened. Splitting headache. I went to write a book. Sometimes I stay away. I travel to places just to sit and write. So I was sitting, I went to write, no meetings, but splitting headache. I couldn't even sleep. Like my head was about to burst. I never had that before. At least I don't remember having in the recent times. At 3 o'clock, a voice was heard in my dream. And the voice is, I'm anointing you to kill snakes. And before you know, an electricity falls on. And for many minutes, the electricity is flowing through my body. Let me tell you tonight, we are here to crush the powers of darkness. But 2 things came out of that meeting. This is what he said last week. He said, our church, he said to his people, had only 250 people. 250 people. But with that one meeting, that meeting ends on a weekend. The next week, the church is now 2,500. And he said, not just that. Some of the great prophets who are now used across the globe came from that meeting.
Hallelujah.
When I say prophets, I saw one guy, I was literally last week, he calls a man who came from another state. He doesn't even speak the same language. He said, come here. Called him by name. And he said, can I tell you something, a secret? Which will not hurt you. He said, okay. He said, under your shirt, you have got a tattoo. So that man removes the shirt, there's a tattoo. And 3 letters. He said, can I tell you the abbreviation, what do you call it, the full form of these letters? It's a letter of his ex-girlfriend. And that girlfriend's name has got S at the end. Or S as a starting name. And he said, the Lord is telling, I'm cancelling that and putting another name. And that name is a girl in his church now.
My God.
Such details. Such details. Another prophet who rose from this meeting. And these are people that today are blessing me. But that day the Lord used me to release them.
Oh, yeah.
So who knows from this meeting?
Oh my God.
Let the Lord do it. Let the Lord do it. I can't do it. Let the Holy Spirit do it.
Yes.
I'm just telling you it's possible. God can do it.
God can do it.
If He did it in another place, He can do it here.
He can do it.
So this one prophet, he goes to Australia. These are traveling now, global travelers. He goes to Australia and there's a girl. He pulls that girl, I think her name was called, and said, you're holding a picture in your Bible, which is a picture of your father who left you when you were a baby, a child. And you're holding this picture and praying for your father. And then he says, do you want to know where he is? Nobody knows. But God knows. Yes. He gives the address. Yes. And then he said, do you really want to talk to him? This girl started to cry. He said, now, take down this number. Call that number right now. And she takes down the number, calls the number. On the other end, it's a father.
Wow.
These kind of prophets came from this move.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Kids that were playing around suddenly started to prophesy. And believe me, I have seen names at times, I've seen things happening on people's head, I can see that, but not at that level. God sends a move, and God uses me for that, but raises more powerful prophets.
Yes.
Amen. What I'm trying to say, it's not about Tami anymore. It's not about us anymore. I want to see a genuine move of God in the land of Nigeria.
Yeah.
How do you want to see a genuine move of God in Africa? Can you put a hand